I gotta ask him, with NBA Youngboy,
Yes.
you talk daily.
Yes.
Are you impacting him? Like, with knowing that, like saying, your baby, your grandson, who
Yes.
we done all played with at the
Yes.
crib, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
How is that dynamic? Because you're so much older and you've been so successful, and he's successful as well, but that's the thing that people wanna know, like, what is y'all relationship like? What's the dynamic between you and him?
We talk about investments and just growth, buying land. And what's crazy just out here in the world today, a lot of times, even like P Diddy. I'm not gonna speak bad about P Diddy because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen. And I can't say if it is or it's not a mistake, but things happen in life. And P Diddy business is P Diddy business. It's not my job or anyone else's job to go on the internet and stump him and kick a man while he's down. My take on it is, it's not my business. I don't think it's right at all. And I don't condone it. Even if that happened to my daughter, I would be hurt. But that's the choice that my daughter made. So I don't want to kick nobody while they're down.
I think the big thing, because I have girls too, is
all right, so that's the full clip, y'all. I know y'all probably seen this going around social media. That's the context of what he's saying. Though that has nothing to do with the relationship between him or NBA Youngboy, I'm kind of with him on this. I don't know if he thought that's where they were gonna go with it. I don't know if he kind of felt this is what they really wanted to talk about, but I mean, it doesn't answer the question. But anyway, I think that he's on code right here. Like Tariq Nasheed like to say, be on code. He on code right here. There's really no need to bash another black man on social media, on the internet. I think this is probably why him and 50 Cent no longer are friends, because I've never heard Floyd Mayweather talk bad about anybody, especially another black man. So with as much hate that Floyd Mayweather gets, I commend him for this. It doesn't answer the question that was originally asked, but I commend him for this, of being on code, being with your people. There's really no need to have a smear campaign going on about your people. It's enough press about it already. You know, kind of like the whole Bill Cosby thing. I was really disheartened how all these black folks had something to say about Bill Cosby and no one stuck up for him. Like, it took Felicia Rashad to even kind of do it. But other than that, nobody really stuck up for him. Now, whether or not that means that he was guilty or they knew about it, I don't know. But damn, at least you could say what Mayweather was saying. Like, hey, you know, things happen. I don't know. I'm not condoning it, but this is kind of my thoughts on it. I don't really want to talk bad about him. And I commend him for that. I really don't think there's any need to do it. That's why I haven't done no videos on P Diddy until he's found guilty. I don't want to go on no allegations. I wouldn't be surprised if it was true, because I don't put nothing past nothing in the entertainment industry, whether or not that's sports, whether or not that's celebrities, movies, music. They all doing something, because when you got a lot of money, you feel like you got a lot of power and everybody is on you, riding you, and you like, hey, let's get it in. So I don't put nothing past them. But this is how we should all be. We should all be on code and not feel the need to really put our people out there like that. I think that it's easy to just want to go along to get along, you know, like Kwame Brown say, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't seem like Floyd is on that type of time. So I appreciate it. I know maybe y'all don't, but as someone that's a so-called black man, we get talked about in the news since we've been here in America. Since there's been white media, we've been talked about on the level of demons. So I'm glad to hear another so-called black man not even get into that, even though, again, it doesn't answer the question. But I felt he thought that's where he was trying to go with it. NBA Youngboy and P Diddy had a relationship. You know, he was doing screen shares and all that. And NBA Youngboy said some questionable shit like, he put some love into me. I'm never gonna say no man put no love into me, but you know, I guess when you're young, you don't really know. You grew up in this woke society where, you know, you don't know what's gay and what's not. But that shit was gay. But so I guess they got some relationship, and maybe that's where Mayweather thought they were gonna go with it. But in any case, this is how we should all respond. we should all respond like this when it comes to so-called black folks. We should never give in to, what the media has to say as far as, bashing and throwing our people in the mud.
So
No boys?
I have a boy too.
Okay.
Is one, if your son is in that position or your son is accused of those things that Diddy was accused of, like, I'm going to believe in my son and what he says, but I'm gonna check him about that. I'm gonna check him about whether or not these are things you've done. I'm also gonna check him about putting himself in those positions. And on the other side that we have to be very careful of, especially when talking.
I'm agree with him on this. You would like to believe your son, but especially when they grown, even when they kids, they gonna do some wicked shit sometimes. You really aren't your son. He's a representative of you, but when they by themselves, shit can happen. So yeah, you gotta check them on it to see, why are people saying this? Why are you putting yourself in that type of position? What happened? Hey bro, I told you about this. Don't be messing with them sisters like that. Get you a wife. Something, you gotta check them in some way, but I do agree with that part. But he about to say something that, I don't know, it's a little pandering.
About women is that if those things are true, right? And some of the things are true,
Yes.
that wasn't a decision they made, right? That's something that was done to them. And I wasn't in those rooms, so I can't cast aspersions on Diddy and say that he did it or he did do it or he's an evil man or he is. What I am saying is if those things happen to those women, not
Yes.
only is it not right, it's also not their fault.
We was like,
Now Mayweather gonna just go along with it because to go back and forth about this is just gonna paint him in a bad light. But as a woman, if you are with a P Diddy, a Usher, or it don't really matter. It could be any white executive. If you with a man in the industry past the actual initial party, past 12 p.m., it's pretty much gonna be on you at that point. There's enough information out there to know what happens on these parties. Now, you might have regretted it. You might have said, hey, this is not what I really thought I would want. Maybe he stink, maybe he's rude. But you know what you was out there doing. You know what you was at that after party for. You know what you was at the orgy party for. You know what you was at the swinger party for, okay? Like, let's not pretend like we don't know what the hell going on and these choices aren't your fault. Everyone gotta be held accountable. I'm not saying it's right for anyone to be molested or raped or forced to do nothing, but when a man and a woman are together after a certain amount of time by themselves, I mean, we should all know what's about to happen. We got to stop with the whole playing victim. We got to stop with the, oh, you can't say nothing about women. It's never their fault. Aren't they grown? Grown-ups get held accountable for their actions. There's some part that was her fault. I'm not saying it's her fault that maybe she got forced upon or whatever, but for you to put yourself in that situation, you gotta own up to it. Otherwise, no other woman gonna learn. No other woman's gonna learn. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I agree with both of them to an extent, because to an extent, I agree with Mayweather. If it was my daughter, she'd make that choice to be at that party at that time. She know what's going on, but it's not her fault that anybody wanted to rub on her or touch her or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but if you dressed like a hoe, you after at another man's house alone after midnight, really after 10 o'clock, you are advertising yourself a certain way. And whether or not it's for sale, whether or not they could purchase it, whether or not it's something you want to give away, you still advertise as if they could have it. If I could see it, potentially I could have it. And that's how you gotta be thinking. You can't want to play victim afterwards. You gotta be smart. You gotta, hey yo, I'm about to head up out of here. It's midnight. They having that second win of the party. The license went down or the license went off. It's time to make a move. And if you stay, well, that might be the wrong move. I'm just saying, again, I don't condone none of that shit. I think any man that does something like that need to get his ass whiz-wise whooped all up and down the street, worse. But I don't play the victimization card. The victimization thing is never gonna go well with me. I don't like victims, victimhood. Oh, woe is me, always pointing fingers. That's never gonna be my thing. So, but anyway, like I said, I feel like that's a good response. If the question was how you feel about P Diddy, I think it's a good response to not, thrash the nigga, but also not take up for him either. Shit, we gotta just let things play out in court, and you are innocent until proven guilty. And that's what this country said. Now, do I believe that shit was going down with P Diddy? Yes, I believe shit go down with all them. I believe some shit that went down with him. I believe I just believe it. You tell me that there was an orgy, that there was some foul play, I'm like, yeah, it probably was. But to stay on code with, your people, this is how you should respond though, for sure. But all right, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. If he was right, or if, he should have just raked them over with the coals, or if he stayed on code, which is what he should be doing. But if it made you smile, go hit that like button. If it made you think, go ahead and comment. And if you want to see me once more again, go ahead and hit that notification bell. All that stuff helps. We a small channel trying to do big things, and this ain't channel for everybody. I might make you laugh, I might make someone upset, but we're gonna just tell the truth. It's not a fanboy channel. It's not a channel to where we're gonna have our eyes wide open when it comes to seeing these celebrities. I don't give a damn. We're gonna tell the truth, and we're gonna bring a different perspective of how to think about things, and not just look at it one dimensional. We're gonna look at it, with at least a two-dimensional thought. There is the third dimensional dynamic, but that ain't, really what I be on this channel. But anyway, all right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.